Well, folks, Charlie Kirk's successor is already here, and he sucks. He's terrible. This guy's name is Breland Hollyhand. I don't know if you've heard of him. Right after Charlie Kirk was killed, Turning Point USA put forth a couple of influencers, and this guy was one of the ones that they just selected randomly. It seems like this guy was created out of thin air, right? Nobody knew who he was beforehand, and now all of a sudden he's got like 250K followers on Twitter. Turning Point USA is pushing him out continuously, almost nonstop through the algorithm. And it's kind of funny because this guy's arguments are mainstream Republican talking points from like 2004, okay? So this guy, Breland Hollyhand, immediately picked up where Charlie Kirk left off, essentially is Charlie Kirk's replacement. And now he's going on college campuses, and he's having these conferences trying to be Charlie Kirk. But you can't be Charlie Kirk. This guy was super talented. And Breland Hollyhand, you will see, is not. So he was hammered by Gen Z young men for being in favor of mass legal migration. And obviously, this is a terrible idea. We've seen what mass migration has done to our country. We should probably stop all immigration immediately and figure everything out domestically before we start importing everybody else. But listen to what Breland Hollyhand says when he gets asked about immigration. So we're going to play this clip for you now. Here you go.
So we should keep increasing the amount of legal immigrants.
Legal immigrants, yes, we're a melting pot. I absolutely support that.
So
Legal immigrants, we are a melting pot, is what he says. And when you do your research, right, we're not going to say who came up with the term melting pot. Hint, hint, it's the people with the tiny hats. I mean, let's be honest. But this guy, he's claiming that we are a melting pot. So mass legal immigration is a good thing. And he doesn't put any limits on who we should allow into the country with this mass legal immigration. It doesn't matter if these people have an IQ of 65 and they come from a third world country where rape, murder is just allowed and normal, or if they come from a white country with the standards of the West, for example. Breland Hollyhand allegedly sees these two people as the same. Let's finish this clip.
I'm sure you understand these groups vote overwhelmingly against American values. They vote for the Democratic Party. So surely that's the death of the Republican Party, right?
Yes, but we can't close our borders and have our nation where we don't accept anybody to come in. So I've been a very big proponent against...
Plenty of countries do that.
We can't just completely close our borders off and never allow somebody else to migrate into the country.
Why not?
Because that's how the country was started, as a melting pot. Like, we welcome people in.
This country did not start as a melting pot. That term was invented in 1910 by Israel Zangwill.
So the people that came over from England didn't melt into America.
No, they started in America. They didn't melt in anything.
Okay. I've been very clear that I'm against illegal immigration coming into this country and plaguing our generation from not getting jobs, making our streets unsecure, and actually harming Americans' future. Because therefore there's no safe America and free America to grow up in.
Again,
This guy's terrible. He is awful. Charlie Kirk's replacement, not good. Not good at all. This guy can't even say publicly, I guess, that immigration is a problem in our country. He says that shutting down immigration would be a terrible thing. How? We have 55 million, allegedly, 55 million illegal immigrants in this country. Some people think it's all the way up to 100 million. We don't really have an accurate record. And while we keep getting these numbers from the White House and Tom Homan and ICE about 400,000 deportations, 2 million self-deportations, which I just can't believe that 2 million illegal immigrants who were getting government housing, government health care, government subsidizing from all of these different states just chose to walk away and go back to the failed state in Mexico or any of these countries in South America where they came from that are obviously war-torn, that are obviously shithole countries. It just doesn't make any sense to me why these people would self-deport. Okay, put that aside. This guy, Breland Hollyhand, can't even defend a mainstream Republican talking point that he's trying to convey. These people, these Gen Z men are right, very much right. Black, white, you see them in the line. They're making the argument that we are not a melting pot, which we're not. You see, this is the difference. The term melting pot was created by an Israeli in 1910, I believe he said, 100 years ago, over 100 years ago. The reason being so Jews could easily assimilate into the country. If you have everybody else and you claim this is a melting pot for everybody, then you will be able to not hide, but put yourself into the country, assimilate, and then you won't be the odd person out, right? We know this is how it is. It's not anti-Semitic to say that. It's the truth. Okay, put that aside now. This guy is shaking in his boots, regardless of if the idea is good or bad. If you're Charlie Kirk's replacement, you're supposed to have factual analysis to back up your claims. Charlie, God bless him, was awful on the whole America First movement, in my opinion, but at least he could back up his points, or make an attempt to back up his points by talking fast, by shouting, by providing the stat here or there. This guy sucks. He's terrible. And wait till you see who else they have with him. So in addition to this guy, Breland Holihan, which again, I'm not a fan of at all. I think he's a really bad replacement for Charlie Kirk, but I'm not personally a fan of Turning Point USA, so I couldn't really care that much. In addition to Breland Holihan, there's two other influencers that are being pushed out by Turning Point USA. And I'm trying to find the clip, so bear with me a little bit. But it's so crazy, the gall of these people to just push these random influencers out in front of us, say, oh yeah, this is the next Charlie Kirk, and expect them to have the same following. Okay, so here you are. Here's another guy. This next guy, his name is Richard Strucker. But he was another one of these guys that Turning Point just pushed out. And these guys are losers, man. Here we go. Here's the tweet from him. It says, "We are the Republicans your parents warned you about. We are smart, irresistible to women, and most importantly, we're total alpha males. We are the future whether you like it or not. Stay mad." So this is Richard Strucker. Again, he says he's smart, irresistible to women, and most importantly, an alpha male. He then says, he comments on his own post, "Back me up, Breland Holihan. These liberals are attacking us. This will help propel the college speaking tour too. By the way, lots of women clearly want a piece of us." His bio says right here, just describes what he is. So Fox News, The Blaze, host of the Richard Strucker Show on Rumble. Yeah. This is another one of the next Charlie Kirks. This guy, he's claiming he's irresistible to women. In addition to that, we have another clip of Breland Holihan that I will mention here, but I just want to show a couple more of these tweets by this next stand-in for Charlie Kirk. "Liberal women can't resist an alpha Republican. You aren't hiding it well. I see the way you look at me." Bro, what the fuck? Somebody says, "Dog, calling yourself an alpha male over and over again doesn't make you one." He goes, "I am what I am." So now I guess they have they're finding a really tough time replacing Charlie Kirk. They've gone to people that are on the spectrum, I guess. What's going on? What are you intentionally trying to tank your movement and send everybody over to the Groyper movement? If so, come. The ideas are much better. The movement is much better. The people actually have experience fighting for what they believe in. When you talk about the Groyper War I and Groyper War II. So it's just very interesting. These people legit suck. These people are not talented. Breland Holihan is not talented. This Richard Strucker guy is not talented. I could see even, this is a hot take, even people like Dean Withers and Harry Sisson are more talented than these people that Turning Point USA is just pushing out randomly. Like, these people feel like they were created out of nowhere, generated by AI. Like, what are they doing, man? So in addition to that, we have right here this clip. So Breland Holihan is clueless about AIPAC. So he was cornered about AIPAC and their influence over the Republican Party and over the Democratic Party as well, over our politicians, making the laws for us that we have to follow, and then just voting to give our tax dollars to Israel. So he completely fumbled on this question as well on this same college tour where he's trying to emulate Charlie Kirk. And Charlie's probably just rolling in his grave. Like, these people are really discrediting this movement. So we're going to play this other clip for you, and then we'll be off the subject. Here we go.
But part one would just be the American Israeli Political Action Committee, commonly known as AIPAC. has failed to register as a foreign agent in this nation, allowing them to have almost unrestricted access to U.S. politicians and bribing them essentially to put Israel's interests first and America's interests last. That being said, would you support having AIPAC register as a foreign agent organization, and would you be willing to debate Nick Fuentes on this subject?
I have no affiliation. I've never talked to anybody even closely related to AIPAC. I don't have anything to do with that. I've never taken $1 of foreign money. I've been accused of that on social media. Everyone in my family can see my bank account, and no money is at all coming from any foreign nation at all. So I have nothing to do with AIPAC or anything that they do in this country. I wish everyone the best of luck and a free and fair America, but I've got nothing at all to do with that. Nor have I talked to anybody or even publicly supported or opposed AIPAC. That was just a really easy point for people to attack me on, because I was a Christian who supported Israel, and I have no affiliation with AIPAC.
You should have just said, I've never taken a dime from AIPAC. But he continues to just backpedal and trip over his feet. Let's see what he continues to say.
So would you support having them register as a foreign agent?
I think if people are misusing the laws,
just say yes or no. It's so simple. Why do you have to go into this politician speak and continuously misguide people? Oh, look over here, look over here. He's probably not going to answer the question because he is probably a shill. Let's be honest. This guy was created out of thin air by ChatGPT. Let's continue.
Sure, I haven't looked into that. I have no idea of anything to do with AIPAC. I go to campuses and ask people to register to vote. I have nothing to do with AIPAC or anything.
So you just said you never taken a dime, and now you say, oh, I don't even know what AIPAC, I have no clue what AIPAC is. What is this guy doing? These people are really, really, really bad stand-ins. This is why the Turning Point USA movement, this whole Christian Zionist Protestant movement, is dying. Very much dying. You would have thought that this movement would have been so powerful after Charlie Kirk died. But it seems like almost immediately Nick Fuentes and the Groypers in the American First movement took the place of the young men on the right. This is truly the death of the American Zionist movement on the right, and I'm here for it, man. Because if these people are the best that they're going to do, these talentless people created in a vacuum from ChatGPT almost like that overnight, what are we doing? You have people that are self-starters like myself, like Fuentes, like all of these people, Kai Schwimmer, and you just see all of these people shied. Hey, buddy, that believe in this cause, that aren't connected to all of these mainstream media platforms, that have a voice, that care, that will die for this country if it means the country being better. These people, what do? They work for Fox News. They work for The Blaze. Oh, they have secure jobs where they're getting paid 6 figures, maybe even 7 figures to promote all of this stuff. It just baffles me. Turning Point USA has so much money. We know that. They made $150 million in a year. It's not a drop in the bucket. That's a lot of money. You would think that they could hire talent. They could hire better people, but I guess the better talent doesn't want to work for them. I guess the better talent sees that these views are not popular and are losing popularity day after day after day after day after day. I just don't understand why, again, and I hate to hate on this guy, Richard Stroker. I'm sure he's a nice guy, but God bless him. He looks like he's on the spectrum. What are we doing? What are you doing, Turning Point USA? Charlie Kirk's replacements suck. They're not defending his ideas. They can't. They're not talented. Breland Holihan is standing there with a mic in his hand in his pocket, like, yeah, I think the melting pot. What? Get out of here, man. These people, I don't understand. More and more Gen Z men are getting radicalized, becoming Catholics, saying, hey, I don't know if this immigration thing is a good idea. Hey, Trump, why are we only deporting 400,000 illegal immigrants when we have much more, and you're on pace to do like maybe 3 million, 4 million in these next couple of years? When if Biden, you were talking about Biden letting in anywhere from 10 to 20 million in his 4 years. So I just correct me. That just doesn't make sense. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's say Trump gets 1 million per year, right? 1 million deportations a year. Okay, he's got 4 years. You know what? Let's give him 2. Let's give him 2 million per year, right? 2 times 4, what is it? It's 8. You still have anywhere from 2 to 12 million that you haven't deported. What's wrong? I don't buy these self-deportation numbers. They just don't make any sense. Who in their right mind is going to get off the tit of America, that is giving them housing, that's giving them healthcare, that's giving them free food, all of this shit, to go back to the war-torn countries, the shithole countries? I just don't understand. 2 million self-deportations? Where are the it's just a number that they're giving us. They can't even give us facts as to put us in the way of the truth. How do we know that these numbers are true? Anyway, these people, these 3 stand-ins, Charlie Kirk's replacements, I hate to talk about this over and over again. It seems like I'm going in a circle, but it's just, is this the best you can do? This can't be the best that you can do. Certainly you can do better. $150 million nonprofit political corporation, whatever you want to call it, you certainly can do better. Erica Kirk, God bless her, could probably hold these ideas up a little bit better than these shills. I just don't know. But if this is the future of Turning Point USA and the American evangelical Zionist movement, well then I think it's gonna die. I think it's gonna die relatively soon. Gen Z men are very radical. Don't you get it? Don't you get it? None of us can buy homes. Or few of us can buy homes.